It started as a joke on an aplicativo called Death Clock. Everyone on social media was talking about it, claiming it could predict the exact date and time you'll die. Most people just laughed it off, downloading it for a bit of fun. Except for Toby. Toby was a 27-year-old tech youth. His whole career was built on testing out strange, bizarre apps, just like this one. He was convinced it was fake, just another prank using some random number generator to scare people. So, one night, sitting in his studio, he decided to give it a try for his next video. He installed it, hit the big, ominous start button, and waited. A loading screen appeared, then a number flashed onto the screen. 23 hours, 17 minutes. He let out a small chuckle. "Nice try," he said to his empty room. The next morning, his phone alarm didn't go off. He picked it up, annoyed, but his heart skipped a beat when he saw the screen. The Death Clock app was open, and the timer was still running. 22 hours, 4 minutes. It was still counting down. Strange, he thought. Maybe it just syncs with the system's real-time clock. He tried to uninstall it, but the option was grayed out, completely unresponsive. A cold feeling started to creep up his spine. Panicking a little, he decided to do a full factory reset on his phone. Surely that would get rid of it. The phone rebooted, fresh and clean, except for one thing. The Death Clock app was still there. This time, it had a message waiting for him. You can't delete fate. That's when things started to get really weird. His friend Nina called, her voice trembling. She asked if he was okay. She told him she had a horrible nightmare, that she saw him drowning, surrounded by broken glass. He tried to laugh it off, telling her it was just a dream, but her fear was contagious. "Please, Toby," she begged. "Just stay home tonight. Don't go anywhere." By evening, his whole world felt off. The lights in his apartment flickered intermittently. When he dared to step outside for a moment, he felt like random strangers on the street were staring at him, their eyes lingering just a second too long. And then came the screens. Every digital display he passed, from massive advertising billboards to the tiny screen on his smartwatch, would flash the numbers. 23:17 for a split second before returning to normal. He ran back inside, locking the door, his heart pounding in his chest. He paced his apartment, sweating, trying to rationalize it all. "It's just code," he muttered to himself over and over. "It's just a stupid piece of code." Just then, his phone buzzed violently on the table. A new notification. "Final hour begins." He hesitated, then opened it. The app launched, but this chimey! It opened his front-facing camera. He saw his own terrified reflection staring back. But the background, behind him, in the reflection, his apartment was engulfed in flames. The timer hit 1 second, 0:01. Instantly, all the lights in his apartment went out, plunging him into total darkness. His phone began to vibrate violently, the screen glowing a sickening blue. He screamed, a raw, primal sound of pure terror, and threw the phone with all his might against the wall. It shattered, the screen cracking into a perfect spiderweb pattern. And then, silence. The next morning, the police found him slumped on the floor beside his bed. There were no wounds, no signs of a struggle, nothing to explain what had happened. An officer picked up his smartwatch from the nightstand. The screen was on. It showed a single, unread notification. "Death recorded successfully." A week later, Nina's phone buzzed. It was a message from an unknown number. She opened it, and her blood ran cold. The text read, "You invited Toby to death. Your timer begins now." Curiosity is what makes us human. It drives us to explore, to learn, to grow. But some truths, it seems, are coded to destroy us. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow for more stories from the dark side of technology.